Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Market opens up here in about 7 minutes. Very quickly, when I say live, what I mean is that this is a situation where I'm recording myself, seeing the information, seeing the data for the very first time, as opposed to having already recorded everything and then coming back and explaining things in hindsight. That's already happened. So this is not a trade recap. This is not some sort of post commentary. I literally don't know what's coming next. So in other words, if you just want a raw, unscripted, nitty-gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader, how day trading can play out, then this will be a video for you. So I will go ahead and pause for now, and I'll be back at the open. All right, I am watching 75 here on DOCU as a potential area to get short. For those of you wondering, just alert it to the chat room too at 75. Not that people are going to just blindly take it or anything like that. Everybody thinks for themselves, but I've gotten their attention on it. And if they think it makes sense, if they think it fits into their strategy, then happy to help them out. But by no means is that some sort of signal where everybody's a sheep and everybody's just going to blindly follow. So potentially may be changing now. Let's see, what is that? 76. So maybe I like 76 now. Let's see if it does want to come back down. Would like to see it come down, then come back up, and then come back down. Because this one does have a pretty big gap down, so want to make sure that I'm not getting... But if this thing just comes down and then just drops straight down, well, for me, there's nothing I can do there. But if it wants to get down close to 76, and then go back up, like this right now. Okay, looking good, but I'm not willing to trust that yet. Or do I wait for 75.50? Could do that too. And yes, I'm talking to myself right now. Okay, I will go ahead and pause for now. All right, we were right at 76. Oh, did I miss it? Come on, give me a back test. Oh, I missed it. Bummer. I left the order out there for a little bit to see if the price wanted to come up and fill me, but it didn't. All right, well, let's move on because what is this? Pretty strong bounce right here. Haven't really looked at Tesla much. Tesla could be interesting around 832. Oh, DOCU. There it goes. All right, well, that happens. Let's hop over here to Tesla options, that is. Yeah, not a whole lot here on Tesla. Wow. RIVN just keeps on cruising upwards. Pretty impressive move. All right, I will pause. Currently watching NVDA 230 as an upside breakpoint. So we'll see if this wants to come back into play here, or if it's just going to drift down into oblivion. But I will keep a close eye on it. But yeah, definitely watching NVDA. Well, as it drops, so maybe this one's not going to... Okay. So let's hop over to Tesla instead. Maybe try picking up, if this thing wants to pull back some more around, I don't know, let's call it 828 area. So yeah, if this thing looks like it wants to get down around 828, then I will get the video rolling. All right. Actually, I think I can get 9. So let's throw out an order for 9. So looking for Tesla to make a quick move down through 830. Which, there we go. Need some more. Like I said, was interested at 828. Which seems to be pretty close to where the price will need to be. But I don't know, maybe Tesla's not going to move down enough to give me that chance. Okay. I will pause. All right, watching 38.75 here. In at 38.86. So anticipating a little bit. Let's see if we can get some follow through here to the downside. Throwing out a couple orders to cover. But I mean, this thing needs to at least get down to 38.50. Again, I am in at 38.86, and that's just not a pleasant candle. So we'll see if it wants to come back down, but yeah, that's not exactly the candle that I was wanting to see. And now it's going up. Do I want to add if it comes back down? Maybe. We'll see how this candle plays out. In fact, I may now be looking to add at 38.50 instead of trying to, well, let's just see if this even wants to come back down. Things not looking so good. Yeah, 38.75. Do I try to add there again? Maybe. But this thing's first got to come back down, which as of now, not looking like it necessarily wants to do. And I got to get out. So $440 loss on that. Wow, got that move, came down through, and then you saw it. No follow through, completely worked its way back upward. So even if I wanted a scalp, that wasn't even enough for a scalp. Look at it continue to go. All right, well, great setup. Got the breakdown, just 0-0 follow through on it. So 8:30 now. Let's go back over to Tesla options here. Going to go ahead and pick up some puts here. 28. Looking for this thing to come down here through this little miniature bear flag. Get down to at least 829 and then, ideally get on through there. But this thing's got to get down through 830 before anything else. So let's see if it can get the job done or not. Again, 830 is going to be that first key level. There we go. So took off 2 there. Got another one there. Still have 1 left for me. And all out there for, nice, $550 on that trade. The reason I'm getting out is based on the 5-minute. It's at some supports right here. And call it recency effect. I'm going to call it wisdom. This is a market that does not like to give a whole lot of follow-through. So it gave me some follow-through, took some off, let it work for me a little bit more, which was great because I put some additional profits in my pocket. But I'm just not willing to take that risk of it just, snapping back upwards. Now, this is a situation where I would love to see the price keep on coming down. Show me some continuation. Show me that this is a market that wants to actually give continuation. So yes, it'll be kind of bittersweet in the sense of, well, geez, I shouldn't have gotten out, but it will be encouraging in the sense of, okay, great, got some follow through, actually kept on moving, as opposed to, as you saw with Rivian, just got the break and then just zero follow through at all. So like I said, I don't want to see this bounce. In a weird way, I want to sit here and regret getting out the way I did because I want to see this thing get some continuation. But like I said, based on other time frames, because remember, I'm looking at more than what you see on the screen. I have multiple monitors. Based on that, I just was not willing to take the risk because of course, no guarantees. It's not guaranteed to bounce, but yeah, it had me a little too leery. But please show me some continuation. Please keep moving downwards. Would love to see that. But good to see the little miniature bear flag there play out. See? Not encouraging. I don't like sitting here saying, see, I was right to get out. That's not what I was wanting to say here. I wanted to sit here and say, oh, I was wrong to get out. But as of right now, nope. I was going to say, well, I don't know if I'd be out yet. But yeah, that move right there would have definitely taken me out. What a joke. What a joke. Look at that. So yes, unfortunately, I played that right by getting out where I did. Now, it may come back down. So yeah, in the big picture, it would be easy to say, oh yeah, Tesla still came down, which is true. But that's why textbook trading, hindsight trading is so hard, because it's easy for you to look at a picture of a chart and be like, oh yeah, that overall trend was down. Yeah, but in the heat of the moment, are you really gonna, as part of an overall downtrend? I mean, are you really telling me you're sitting through a big old spike like that? Because as of right now, for all we know, this thing is about to keep on going. Now, it's easy to look at a textbook and see that it eventually goes back down. So you sit there and say, well, yeah, I would have held through that. Well, yeah, I believe you, but I think it's logical for me to say that I believe you because, well, you know what happens next. But at this present moment, nobody knows what's happening next, right? Look to the right, this void of darkness. So even if it does come back down, it's still discouraging because that's just not clean. That's not a clean break at all for it to snap all the way back up there. Now, it's not like I expect, or you should expect, red candle after red candle, but I mean, big green ones like that was crazy. That's knocking a bunch of people out because that's taking up that previous high, that previous high, that previous high. So I mean, like I said, that's a hard move to sit through. I want to reiterate that. It's not like if something gets in a downtrend, you should expect every candle to be red, or in an uptrend, every candle to be green. But it's very hard to, play trends when you have just big spikes like that. So yeah, it did come back down, but I'm still not that encouraged because, yeah, if I'm being honest with myself, that would have knocked me out. And then I'd be sitting here really irritated because I would have gotten knocked out and then and then the price went in my favor. So in all actuality, that's kind of a very scary scenario right there. And, sometimes as traders, you just got to know when to quit. And for me, for all the reasons, and what you've witnessed, I'm going to quit for the day and I'll take my $100 and, just move on because this is a very tricky market. And you saw it on Rivian, great pattern, nice breakdown, and then boof, right up against me it went. And also on that note, let me just, because there's a good lesson here, and we'll check on Tesla, but look at Rivian. Let's say I'd gotten stubborn. No. Look at that. Look how much bigger that loss would have been. So think about it. By controlling the loss by taking a loss. As backwards as it sounds, I made my life easier as a trader by just taking a loss, or in other words, controlling risk, because all it took was one very mediocre trade, because Tesla by no means was that a home run trade. It broke down, but not really. But yet I'm still in the green $100. So I get it. It's not fun to take losses. It's annoying to take losses. But within the grand scheme of things, you are actually making your life easier as a trader by taking the loss, because you're keeping your risk under control. And as you saw here, by making my life easier on Rivian, by cutting that loss, I was able to then go make a very modest, a very lackluster trade on Tesla. Yet all of a sudden, I wiped away Rivian loss, and I'm sitting here at over $100, which, not to mention, it hasn't been in 30 minutes. So I'm not sure of many places in the world where you can make $100 in 30 minutes when that's part of a losing trade. But think about that. Had I not done that, that $400 loss is, well, where did I get out? I got out at $39.75, went up as high. Yeah, that could have been another $500 onto that, realistically. So that could be looking at about $1,000. Let's just call it, I could have been down $1,000, and that's very generous, if I could speak, because, yeah, and who knows, maybe this thing is about to keep on going up and that loss could continue to go. But you get the idea, right? Being down $1,000 versus being down $440. One trader has a much easier job to get back out of the hole compared to the other. But going back to the main lesson here, I don't know necessarily a lesson, but you always, as a trader, one of the skill sets of trading is to know when you should quit. And at this point, what I've been through, what I've witnessed now with Tesla, I need to quit, because now, I don't know, maybe you see markets like this differently and you do fantastic. And in that situation, hey, I'm jealous of you. Well done. But for me, as I've proven, it's either the market's really tricky or I don't have a good read on the market. But both situations are not good for trading. So whether it's, one or the other, doesn't matter. The point is, okay, this is great. I'm glad Tesla's breaking down. Fantastic. But yeah, it's just, that was a very, so here we go. And, so a textbook now to look at like, would you have gone short? Oh yeah, I would have gone short. And all you see is this beautiful downtrend right there, which is true, but you also witnessed that craziness right there, which would have knocked a bunch of people out. So your mind's not going to factor that in, which is why I think books on trading are very, very deceitful, because like I said, you can now see the quote unquote picture that could be put in a textbook, and the author could be saying, yep, so there's the downtrend and you just get short there and you just make money. Okay. Yeah. But at that point, you would have been looking at a big loss with a potential, not a big loss, but you would have been looking at a losing trade with the potential for that losing trade to get even bigger, because had that kept going up, it would have been really, really bad. Okay, so full transparency's sake here, and another unintentional learning lesson here, but you notice that there's kind of just an awkward pause right there, and all of a sudden the screen has changed. I kid you not, as I'm sitting here telling you when you need to know when to quit, because you either don't have a good read on the market or it's a difficult market, I see Tesla, I pull up options, and I'm getting ready to potentially put on another trade. How crazy is that? How crazy is the human mind, or at least my mind? And I've been working, teaching, claytrader.com has been around since 2013. So I say that because, it's not like I showed up last night. I've been working with traders for a very long time. So I know that I'm not alone in just how crazy the mind can be. And you look back and say, wait, why did I do that? So as embarrassing as it is, but I'll be transparent about it, I literally just gave you a little lecture on, hey, you got to know when to quit and blah, blah, blah. And then all of a sudden I'm on the verge of potentially putting on another trade. Oh man, the human mind is a crazy place. But I am definitely going to quit. I need to quit. And this was, I guess, a good little reminder for me that, Clay, you may have been around for a while trading, but the human mind, it's still got tricks up its sleeves. So I'm just going to be done with the day. So yeah, get out there, cut the losses, make your life easy as a trader by managing risk. And then it is okay to admit to yourself, either the market's too tricky or I don't have a good read on the market. But both situations need to end with you just saying, I'm done for the day, and move on with your day. Go enjoy. Go hang out with your family, friends, maybe work on another side hustle. Whatever's going on, it's okay. You don't have to sit there and force yourself to trade if either the market is tricky or you don't have a good read on the market, because that is a recipe to just get chopped to pieces. So I'm moving on with my day. I appreciate you hanging out. Hopefully you don't mind these little learning lessons here that I try to bake into things. But this is kind of just what comes with it being live, is you hear things, you see things play out, including the embarrassing thing about me lecturing you about needing to quit. And then all of a sudden, 2 minutes later, I'm thinking about potentially putting on another trade. Unbelievable. One big request from me, though, before you leave: if you do enjoy these live trade videos, then please help me out with some feedback by hitting that like button, leaving a simple comment, even if you just say hi, a thumbs up, emoji. Tell me what you traded today. But those two things communicate to me that you enjoy these videos, because these are difficult videos to make, and they're why I don't make them every day, because they are live. I have to talk to you. I have to think about what I'm going to say to you. I have to think about my own trades. I have to manage my own trades. I have to make alerts in the chat room. There's a ton of stuff going on, and I'm not saying that to complain, but just saying it on why I do seek your feedback, because I want to make sure people remain interested, because if you're not, that's fine, but then I'm just going to, I won't put myself kind of through this because it is definitely very challenging. But if you do enjoy them, then I will continue to make them. All I ask is for your feedback in that regard. So hit that like button and then leave a simple comment below. But yeah, get out there, make your life easy as a trader, cut those losses, and know when it's time to quit, because that is truly one of the most important skills to have as a trader, is just to know when to quit. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up, as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.